Welcome back, viewers, to the Skye Trail in blazing sunshine. You last saw Dave and I checking for ticks in our tent just outside Broadford.
Right, examine the floor of the tent carefully.
There's any ticks. I killed them all. Killed them all.
In this, the next stage,
Wakey, wakey.
we're moving on along some of the most spectacular coastline you'll see anywhere. So let's go.
There's the sunrise this morning.
It'll be baking hot in about an hour.
I hope so. Cool morning.
It's clear as a bell, isn't it? Look, there's not a cloud in the sky.
No trace. And away.
The footpath follows the line of the old Marble Quarry train from Broadford to Strath-Suadol.
You're going to get through there. Just coming over the top. And a view to the south. A magnificent one at that.
Oh, have you got a pack on your back? Oh.
I guess. Blue everywhere. Interesting spot. An old settlement of some sort.
The remains are testimony to the clearances at the hands of Lord MacDonald, with all the residents evicted to make way for sheep.
What a beach.
The path clings to the coastline with fantastic views on a clear day such as this one, before heading inland towards the next abandoned village at Suishnish.
Ten out of 10. 5 stars. First view.
Coolin.
Bloody lovely.
And just look at this. Been someone's home at some point in time.
This is one of the more intact remains of the cleared villages.
From rum around Coolin, Marble, Red Cuillin. Sheep whisperer. All coming in.
Hello. Are you not going to let us through then?
They've obviously heard about 5 Foot Life.
Are they forming a barricade?
There's the Marble Quarry.
Skye marble has been extracted from Strath-Suadol in Torrin for centuries. The extracted rock was used primarily in the production of agricultural lime. It is mined and crushed on site. The remains of the narrow gauge line which we passed earlier near Broadford was built in 1907.
Torrin, yeah, there.
and ran for 3.5 miles from Suairdale to Broadford Pier and transported Skye marble from the nearby village of Kilbride. The railway closed in the early 20th century.
Here we go. Bedurg Beg, Bedurg Moor Centre, then Bedna-Crow, Whaleback one,
Can't remember. This one's Bellig.
and Bellig, Guardsman, Black-Clach, Blaven, and the top.
So we've just walked all the way around the end of Loch Slapin. Bit of road to go for a little while.
From Torrin, the road is followed right around the head of Loch Slapin to the John Muir Trust car park, which is the normal starting point when making the ascent of Blaven. Dave and I completed the Blaven-Clach Ghlas traverse back in 2021.
Better with rock shoes.
Yeah, I think it does. That's the perched boulder.
It's a highly entertaining and for its grade very exposed route.
Making use of the composting facilities at Blaven car park. Who's having a
John Muir Trust break. From the car park, the route continues through intermittent forestry, which is very boggy in places.
Well, we've come through a boggy forest, and after some deliberation and searching, we now have a pitch. This'll do nicely. In the heather, right next to the path, overlooking the sea. How you doing, Dave? You haven't lost anything, have you? It was you that lost the charger.
So if when you lose something, I lost.
It was you! I threw it in the tent and then you chucked all your stuff on top of it. Anyway, we're having noodles. Dave's just sprayed me with the pasta sauce.
Sprayed with a lot of ease.
Yeah, you often as well. I'm not touching those ease. You enjoying yourself there?
Oh yes. Paradise.
It is indeed. That's quite a campsite.
It's not fair because you just lost something before, didn't you?
What are you looking for?
A pillow.
Your
I bet it's
pillow.
not putting you up with all your stuff now.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
I chucked it in here definitely.
Still no pillow.
No, because I bet it's in your bag.
It's not in my bag.
If it turns out to be in there.
It's not. It never is.
That's it.
You've found it. It's in your rucksack. Do you want me to ring it?
No. Oh. That's a charge unit.
And now you're tipping everything out, so you're going to get more stuff lost now because you've chucked everything out of there into the tent.
Where did you put it?
I'll ring it, and then we'll find it, won't we? Where's your phone?
I'm going to sleep that.
See you in the morning.
6:30. Good morning.
Morning on day 4. Sun's just starting to rise. Beautiful view on Skye.
Is there something wrong, my love? be mourning about anything, would you?
Oh, what is life if you do not have time to stand and stare?
We'll have to get moving now because I've just taken my duvet jacket off.
Alright.
And away!
And onto the road. Sue keeps trying to do an impression of a bird. Sounds like she's been let out of a secure institution for the day. The thing about this trail is you round a corner, the view changes, and it's always magnificent. And the waves just gently lapping the shore.
Strange times, Archie. Strange times.
Crazy days, Sue, crazy days.
Crazy days.
Oh yeah.
The patterns in the sand.
Come on, Sue. Up.
Careful, Dave. That cow looks a bit horny.
Horny, did you get it?
Hello. Hello, are you going to let us past? Please? Please? Not on a shot. Are you going to let us go around you? You're a beauty, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, we'll walk round you then. Got no intention of moving. Pay attention to me when I'm talking to you. Okay then. Bye then. Bye, 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 bye. On we go then. In the interest of supporting the local businesses, here is somewhere that you could stay. Beautifully situated just above Elgol. Available to let. It's nice, isn't it? Looking out over the sea. What a view that is.
Round the corner, a good view of muck, egg and rum. Sue often films me losing things, but last night Sue lost the bag with all the battery and the charging leads. It was in the tent. And then this morning, believe it or not, actually lost the rucksack she's carrying. And I get the blame for it a lot of time, but Sue also lost a sleeping bag liner whilst we were doing the Cuillin Ridge. Again, found at the bottom of the rucksack, and the guidebook we had, again, found in the rucksack. So just to put the story straight.
However, we were both wrong in walking right past the phone box here instead of turning right.
There's the Cuillin Ridge.
Wow! The full Cuillin Ridge. Oh. Whew.
You can get food and a cafe, overnight parking. It has a motorhome service point for £8. You can empty your waste. And this is the beautiful village of Elgol, stunning views. Get a boat ride if you want one. Camasunary 3.1. Off we go, leaving Elgol.
This was one of my favourite sections, well probably my favourite section of the whole Skye Trail. It is stunning across here. You're looking at this, I mean, that's why I think it's probably better, Dave, isn't it, to do it south to north?
Yeah.
Because you're just walking towards that.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Fantastic.
There's Camasunary Bay, just to the left the pointy hill is Sgurr and Stri, which I think is probably the best view in the UK.
And I think this is just got to be the most beautiful view I've ever seen. On the summit of Sgurr and Stri, looking down at Loch Coruisk.
The path from Elgol across the top of the cliff to Camasunary Bay is badly eroded. At times it's necessary to step over small sections where it's crumbling into the sea below. In places there are overhanging tree branches, so make sure you don't have anything sticking up out of your rucksack. It wouldn't surprise me if the path is closed in the near future.
Nice spot for a dip, so.
I think so.
There's Sue going for a wash. Atlantic in April. Arriving at Camasunary.
We made it.
Time for lunch.
It's quite an awkward path, wasn't it?
It smells good.
Is it enjoying the weather?
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh. Well, fantastic if you did it once.
Yes. A toilet with a view. Composting toilet at the Bothy, and that's the view from inside. Rather grand. Quite a Bothy. So if you want a Bothy grand views, this is it.
So we're doing the bad step then?
Yeah, we'll go for it. This is amazingly beautiful, however, look at this. A beach of plastic. Somebody needs to come and do some clearing up here, because this is just such a shame. Fishing nets, plastic, just horrendous.
Dave took the sensible option. I'm preparing for a fresh pair of socks.
There are two route options from Camasunary Bay. Either follow the route to Glen Sligachan inland past a couple of beautiful lochans, or take the route around the headland,
I'm heading away around the peninsula.
which necessitates a short crossing of some large slabs just above the sea, a passage known as the Bad Step.
If you're looking for the Bad Step, then you need to be down here. There's a bit of a roof we've just come under, and then you're coming round to where Sue is there, just round this corner. And if you're doing it south to north, that's how you find the route. As you see, you're not very far above the water. And Sue's headed up there. It's known as the Bad Step. Very carefully.
From the Camasunary side, several paths have developed just prior to the crossing of the Bad Step. It's easy to drop down too low and end up in the middle of the slabs. Unless you're very confident, ensure your feet are firmly on this ledge. We both had to scramble up the slabs a little to reach it.
I'm with big packs on. And after the bad step, you're rewarded with a glorious beach.
Watch out for seaweed.
Let's give you a view back to the bad step, which is just across that slab. Sue and I swam around that island once when we were here, another time. But is this paradise? Probably is. There's Sue off for a paddle at the beach. Just having done the bad step.
By the fire, your tiny hand in mine.
The boat trip's heading back. And that's just looking again back at the bad step. What's the location?
Right, let's go and find somewhere to camp.
And away.
Forever be, forever be.
And this is our view as we're heading to Loch Coruisk. Truly, truly amazing, and contender for one of the, I think, the best wild campsites in the world.
Best view in the UK, that's for sure.
Yep, you get to the top of there and it gets even better. Loch Coruisk, fantastic view of the Inpin and Dewsridge, Sgurr and Eigg, Garvan, and then looking all the way around. Our next objective is the Col.
The moment frozen not to fall in this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be, in this moment.
Having come round there, so bad step aside, even if you're not going to do that, it's worth the diversion to come here.
Well, if I was to choose between here and Camasunary, beautiful though Camasunary is, this is the absolute pinnacle, pun intended, the absolute pinnacle of the trail, isn't it?
It is. The view in here, across this loch, across the Cuillin, is one of the finest there is. If you don't feel confident doing the bad step, just come here and then hike back up. We've hiked back up from Loch Coruisk.
Hey, we're at the Col, top of the Col. Now we're just going to drop all the way back down into Glen Sligachan and let's hope we find a pitch.
6 o'clock. This is going to be our pitch tonight.
Look behind you.
We'll leave you here with a beautiful pitch looking across at Sgurr, the last peak on the Black Cuillin Ridge Traverse.
What a view.
Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this section of the trail. If so, please give this a like and join us next time for some classic Skye landmarks in the sunshine. Until then, cheerio!
Oh, elegance itself.
I spy, with my eye, something beginning in R. Look at this.